I want to take a nap. This is why teenagers aren't always the best detectives. My door is locked. Loser behavior. And I need to listen to my brain and my heart and my mind and my soul and my spirit, because I believe women. Hello and welcome back to Alexandria Loves Books. We are fully in the spooky season, so what a perfect time to read mysterious thrillers. So let's work on tackling my overflowing TBR by reading as many mystery thriller books as I can in 24 hours without getting scared. So as you saw, I picked up Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the fourth and final book in the Natural series. Exhibit A. There is a novella at the very end. So this much here is the novella called 12. I don't know if I'll get to reading that in this video, but maybe depending on the timing of things, if I only have like a few hours left after I finish whatever book I'm on at that point in the readathon, maybe then I'll go to the novella. I am 170 pages into this book, so I have about 200 pages left. This follows the same group of teenagers from the previous books. They all have these special abilities, which is why they're called the Naturals. They're in this like FBI training program because their skills help them solve cases, specifically with serial killers. Each book follows kind of a different case, but there is some overarching cases that go over the entire series. So this one, we've been knowing about Cassie's mom's murder case from the beginning, and we've been getting crumbs. We've been getting a little bit of information here and there throughout the series, and we're gonna finally find out all the details in this one, which I'm very excited to just have my questions answered, because the case that they're following in this and like trying to figure out how it connects with her mom, I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, who even like thought of this? Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It blows my mind because like I wouldn't have thought this as a writer or as a criminal. I don't really have much to say. I'm enjoying it. I want to keep reading. I want to know what's happening. I really enjoy when they find a new breakthrough, and like when I then discover as the reader something new, that like a missing piece in the puzzle to like solve and get closer to the actual solving of this case and getting justice and getting answers. So I'm gonna keep on reading. I'm really confused what's going on in the You chapters. I thought I got it, but I don't think I do. I was not expecting that this person was involved. Oh my god. I'm just gonna keep reading. Just found out who one of the masters is. I had this thought earlier that they never even questioned or thought of, and now it's coming back and I was onto something. This is why teenagers aren't always the best detectives. What the heck? That did not need to happen. If they waited literally a moment, that would not have had to happen. This entire time I haven't felt numb to the book. I've been enjoying it, but I haven't had any thoughts. It hasn't made me feel any strong particular type of way, but that actually pissed me off. You did not need to make that how it happened. It upsets me because it clearly was not necessary. If it was necessary, I would have felt emotion and I would have been like, oh, like that sucked and I hate that, but that's how it had to be. It did not have to be that way. I am not in a good mood after that. With a little over 15 hours remaining, I finished the first book, Bad Blood. I think I'm gonna rate it a 3.25 stars. It was around a 3.5, 3.75 for me. Like I mentioned, I wasn't feeling anything too deeply one way or the other, negatively or positively about this book, but I was enjoying it. I was intrigued. I wanted to know more. I liked learning about the case and like solving it as the character solved it. However, the main part of that ending really disappointed me, because with how the rest of the story and like that ending played out, what happened was completely unnecessary and avoidable. And as I already mentioned, if the rest of how it played out happened in a way that the thing I'm upset about had to happen and wasn't avoidable and was necessary, then it'd be like, okay, I get it. But it wasn't. It felt like she just wanted this, like, I don't know, shock value, surprise, like gut punch, dramatic flair, rather than having that because it was fitting and fitted to the story. If she wanted that to happen, I feel like she should have written the other factors of the ending differently to make it make sense and make it need to happen. It did not need to happen, and that really disappointed me. I was considering doing a 3-star, but that did feel a little too low because I did like the rest of it. I need to change because it is getting hot, which is weird because it's like 6 p.m. Like, you would think it would be getting like cooler at this point of the day, but no. Fall is a weird time where it doesn't know what it wants to be. If it wants to be hot or cold or lukewarm, it just goes back and forth and never knows what it wants to be. So I'm gonna change and pick my next mystery/thriller. I'm 54 pages into Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and honestly, I'm feeling a little slumpy. I'm not that invested. Like, I think it's a good plot and it's interesting, but where I'm at, I'm around the midway point of the readathon, and I'm feeling a little slumpy and bored. So I think I'm gonna switch to a Freida McFadden book because her books are always so fast-paced, and I have stayed up multiple times to read and finish her books because I'm always so captivated by them, and I think that's what I need now that we're heading into like night. It is almost 8 p.m. This one followed Jason Dessen, and he is kidnapped. He's asked if he's happy with his life, and then he's knocked unconscious. He wakes up on a gurney, and then a man he's never met before is like, welcome back, my friend. And in this world that he's woken up in, he's like this awarded scientist guy, and he like accomplished all the things that he had like wanted to, but he didn't in his life. Is it this life or the other that's the dream? And even if the home he remembers is real, how will Jason make it back to the family he loves? It sounds great, and I've heard great things about it, but I'm just struggling right now, and I need to listen to my brain and my heart and my mind and my soul and my spirit and go back to someone that I love right now. This seems more like a winter thriller than like an autumn, but it's fine. Tegan is 8 months pregnant, alone, and desperately wants to put her crumbling life in the rearview mirror, so she hits the road, not realizing she's heading straight into a blizzard. Hours later, when Tegan is stranded in rural Maine with a dead car and broken ankle, she worries she's made a terrible mistake. Then a miracle occurs. She is rescued by a couple who offers her a room in their warm cabin until the snow clears. But something isn't right. Staying here may have been her most deadly mistake yet. I know these chapters are going to be quick. It's going to be a good time. I want to take a nap. I'm tired of being in the reading chair, so I might read in bed, which might be a fatal choice. I think I'm going to do it anyway. Welcome to my bedroom. Don't mind the drywall that's off the wall. Don't mind the birthday balloons from a few weeks ago. This room, if you could see the whole room, it's like a bomb went off. There's lots that needs to be done, which is why I haven't like vlogged in here. But right now, a girl needs her bed. A girl needs some comfort. A girl needs to take out her freaking claw clip. And a girl just needs to lay down and take out her earrings. I'm cozy and I am ready to relax. The first line: I've never killed anyone before. I'm not a murderer. I'm a good person. I don't lie. Why don't I believe you? See, already the prologue has got me curious. I want to know more. I think I want to go to sleep. I've been reading for an hour and I've read 72 pages. So my Freida McFadden plan worked because I do read faster with her books. I'm invested in the story, but I don't like the story. I don't necessarily like Tegan. She's not the smartest, but I also empathize with her for her. I feel for her in the situation that she's in life. I believe her because I believe women. I'm on chapter 35 and this character is pissing me the heck off. And I have put up with my annoyance and my anger for them for so many chapters, and I need something in the story to change. It just feels like it's never gonna end, and I hate it. I don't like where the story's going. I don't like the story in general, like the plot. This is so messed up, which I get, that's kind of what mystery thrillers are. They're messed up. Psychological sugar honey iced tea. I'm tired of hearing this one character's inner dialogue so much. If something doesn't change soon, I truly, like, I'm going crazy. I even debated DNFing this book, but I was like, I need to get through a second book in this video. I need a win. It is almost midnight. Can you see that? And we have 10.5 hours remaining. I'm on page 224, chapter 43, and I hate this book. But I'm too far in and I just gotta keep reading. I saw when I added this to my currently reading on Goodreads, I went to see if anyone that I follow had reviewed it, and Larry Reads did. And I'm pretty sure her review was just, what the F was that? And I was like, well, you know, Larry and I don't have fully aligned book taste, so maybe it just wasn't for her. No, truly, what the F is this? I hate one of these characters. They are so entitled. And it's pissing me off because they have no right to do what they are trying to do. And I'm nervous because I don't know how far Freida's gonna take it. This is becoming a hate read. I don't recommend this book. Actually don't read it. Unless you're really intrigued, unless you're really interested by it and you're like, this seems up my alley, then go for it, girl. You know, I support you in your book journey. But if you don't have a strong drawing to this book, don't read it. There are so many other great books by Freida McFadden. This one is just not it. I don't even like any of the characters. Wish me luck to get through this because I truly feel like ripping out my hair. I keep feeling like I'm hearing noises in the kitchen. I even texted my mom asking if she was awake and she has not responded. And I don't know if I'm just freaking out because I'm staying up so late reading a creepy book. I put my weight stand in front of my door and my door is locked. Maybe doing a 24-hour readathon all night reading only mysteries and thrillers was not a smart idea. And when I moved the weights, I found a spider. I just want this book to be done and I want to go to sleep. Good morning, Alexandria Loves Books viewers. I feel not with it. Around 2 or 2:30 a.m. last night / this morning, I finished The Crash by Freida McFadden. As you heard from my thoughts, I was not enjoying it. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like what the plot was. The writing, not good in this book. It is so cringy and tacky. Oh, it annoyed me. Which I know her writing kind of does lean that way, but this was so far that I was icked out. For example, if someone knocked on the door, her internal monologue would go, I wonder who that could be. And it was so annoying. This plot felt like if Waiting for Godot was a thriller, where you're just waiting and waiting and nothing. And then finally there is an ending, and in my opinion, it was not even satisfying. I did not feel like I got the justice that I wanted and needed. I hated this. I love Freida McFadden. This is nothing against her as an author, as a person. I love her other books that I've read by her. This was awful though. Can you guess what I rated this? 1.25 stars. The most random rating. For a while I was like, okay, it's gonna be a 2-star, but then as I kept reading, I was like, but this is awful. I hate this, and everything's just being dragged out. So all the things that I hate are also just being dragged out. What the F is this? And then I was thinking of other books that I have rated 1 stars, where those books are just flat out not good quality at all. So this was at least more solid than those books. So it's a 1.25, just slightly higher. Do not read this. I mean, do what you want, but please don't read this. Don't waste your time. I had about 8.5 hours, I think, remaining when I went to bed, and I'm currently at 5.5 hours. I've been reading Dark Matter. Last I updated you on this, I kind of put it down after 54 pages. I'm now on page 189 out of 340. I'm just looking to get through this and finish it. I'm not enjoying this book. I like the idea of it, and there's moments that I am invested and I am intrigued, but I'm not, oh, I can't put this book down invested either. There's a lot of parts where I'm getting bored. Currently I'm bored with what's going on in the moment. It's I care, but I don't care. I'm just guys, get to the point of solving this situation and figuring it out. I'm mainly continuing it and finishing it because I want an explanation as to why he, you know, was kidnapped and then woke up in like this alternate reality universe. I want to know what the ending is gonna be. But other than that, I'm bored and this book is not for me. And I can't tell if sci-fi isn't for me or if just this book isn't for me, because this is a thriller, but it is sci-fi thriller. I'm getting bored reading all the science stuff. I think it's really interesting because it's talking on like the multiverse theories and the idea of there's other realities out there for all the choices that we didn't make. And I think that's very interesting. However, I hate the people that work at the lab. I'll just say that. And I kind of don't see the point in their research and in their experiments about this stuff. I truly, like, they spent $5 billion, and I know this is fiction, but still, they spent $5 billion on this for what? What would this experiment add to the world? I think it would only harm the world, to be honest. And they're all like, this is an amazing thing, oh my gosh. Put that $5 billion towards cancer research, towards ALS research. Find cure, please, for all these diseases and illnesses that don't have a cure. How about you do that with your $5 billion, something that actually will help the world, that we need science to do for us. We don't need science to be doing this crap. And I know it's fictional, but still, I'm kind of like, this is a waste of time and money. And the fact that you guys are so uptight and obsessed with it, loser behavior. You know what? Honestly, I think I'm going to take like a 5-minute Tate McRae dance break and then I'll get back into my readathon. Tate McRae dance breaks are my medicine. 100 pages to go, and currently this book is very depressing. I finished Dark Matter, and I have a little over 2 hours remaining. All of the thoughts that I've already shared with you about this book, still, I feel the same way. It was an interesting idea, and I was curious to learn why this happened, how are they gonna fix it, and I'm glad I finished it to get those answers, but it was boring at times. The science sometimes either went over my head or it was just boring to me and I didn't care. I also didn't really value this whole experiment. I like the idea of it and the whole idea and theme of living life with regrets and like the choices we make and living with the choices we make and what could have been if we'd made a different choice. I think that's really interesting, and I was annoyed because the characters had to go through a character arc and I already was at a similar point to where they ended up, so having to read about them being at the beginning of the specific character arc and getting through it, I was like, come on, you're being stupid. Like, you're a grown up, you should like, but it's also a very real thing, and it's not like I don't ever like struggle or go down that spiral of thoughts ever, but it was just a little annoying to me, and I really was like, this is what you think is the good idea when like you could be doing so many other better things with your research and your time and your money. This would be so bad if this was a real thing. And the ending, to me, wasn't expecting all of that to happen. That was kind of a lot, and it did stress me out, and which is like kind of a good thing sometimes, well, because you're just like in it. But I didn't love the ending. So another odd rating, I am going to rate Dark Matter 2.75. I was gonna give it a 3, because I'm like, well, this is a good book. I just don't think it was the book for me. And I was like, well, it's my rating. It's less than a 3-star to me. But not by much, so it's a 2.75. So with my remaining 2 hours, I am actually going to start the novella 12. It comes after the Natural series, it follows the same characters, except it's like 5 or 6 years later in the future, so they're like early 20s, and they actually, I think, run the Naturals? They run the program. When their latest case brings back a ghost from their past, Cassie and the other Naturals find themselves racing against the clock and reliving their own childhood traumas. Fun! This is around 120-ish pages long, I believe. So let's finish this readathon. Last night, I finished the 24-hour readathon, and I finished 4 books, including the novella 12 at the back of Bad Blood. So to do a brief recap, I read Bad Blood, the 4th book in the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I rated this a 3.25. Really enjoyed it overall, kind of mid to me, but then the ending, I hated it. It was not necessary because of how the rest of it played out. If the rest of it played out differently and it wasn't necessary, I wouldn't have hated it as much, but I did. Started Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, but 50 pages in, couldn't get into it, so I took a break. and read The Crash by Freida McFadden. Rated this 1.25 stars. I don't know if I've ever rated a book 1.25 stars, but this one just, it seemed fitting. Went back to Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and I rated this a 2.75. Overall, I mean, it was good, but it just wasn't for me. A little boring at times, but I can see why so many people like this book. And then picked up 12, and I literally finished this with like a minute left. So technically I read for 23 hours and 59 minutes. Please forgive me. Now I'm officially done with the Natural series, which is always so satisfying when you can cross off a series. Heyo, it's editing me here. Oh, excusez-moi. I realized I didn't share any thoughts about the novella 12. I liked it. Didn't leave much of an impact. Like, I didn't really feel anything towards it. It was nice seeing them all as like young 20-somethings, because like I can connect to them more because I am a young 20-something. I guess I'm in my mid-20s, but I don't like saying that. I'm in my early 20s, and so I just connected with them more, seeing them as young adults. So it was good. It was cool seeing them like more in action because they're out of the Naturals program, so like you get to see them like more involved in like grown-up job roles within the FBI. So that was really fun and I liked it. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this 24-hour readathon. I feel really accomplished. It was so satisfying adding space to my TBR cart because I have such a large TBR that I'm trying to get down. So this was very good that we got 3, but technically 4 books off that TBR. Let me know any mystery thriller recs you have. I prefer more like thrillers. Like I want to be like on the edge of my seat, page turner. I don't love like pure mystery where I'm just like bored waiting for them to finally reveal it at the end, but like they're just dragging me along the whole time. I don't like that. I like more active thrillers. Thank you for watching. I love you all so much. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit that like button. And hopefully this put you in the spooky season mood like it did for me. And I shall see you in my next video. Bye!
Sunset whispers in the breeze.